Hey guys, Kyle here from MailOrder HQ. Let's say you have two lists that you want to mail out with the same postcard, exact same postcard, but you want to have two different tracking numbers for these lists just to know what's going on. Here's a video on how to, one, adding a variable number to your list, and two, consolidating the two lists to be able to upload them to us as one. So let's say those were the two files you want to upload. You got list I want to mail 1, list I want to mail 2. We'll start with adding the variable data. So here you are, here's your list, you have your headers, you have the vital information, so all the mailing addresses, property address, first and last name. Now, to add a phone number, we want to name the column, so we could call it phone number. Very important part here. This is probably the most important part here. So you want to add the phone number 619 50 852 222. Cool. So that's the number. Let's say that's the number you want to use. Copy this number, go down the cell, and paste it again. What we're doing here is creating a pattern. We're creating a pattern here. So then So the next step would be to select this, so click on your mouse and drag it down. So we've selected both of these columns now. They're both identical. And because we created this pattern, we're just going to tell Excel to autofill all the way down. We do so by double clicking on this green square at the bottom right. That one right there, you want to put your cursor over it, you'll see an X appear. You just want to double click and you'll see the number autofilled all the way down. And I can't stress enough how important it is that you create the pattern before you autofill. So let's say you did not create the pattern first and you went straight to autofill from here. If you look closely at the last number of each number, it starts to go up as if it was a sequence, and you'll see it as you start to scroll down, the number just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. Obviously we don't want that, so that's why it is very important to always create the pattern before we go to autofill. Okay, so let's autofill this properly. There we go. We want to make sure we save, and we can minimize this for now. We'll go ahead and open up the second one, and we'll do the exact same process. So we'll take another look here. We have all of our vital information, so our owner name, last, mailing address, and the property address. Go ahead and add the phone number column, and we'll use the second number that we want on this campaign. We want to make sure we copy it, create a pattern, and then autofill by clicking on this bottom right green box. I'm going to scroll down just to make sure that what you want is on there. It's the exact same number every single time. You want to always scroll all the way down just to make sure that the number reached the last record on your list. So there we go. Go ahead and save that. So now that we have our two lists with our phone number, we need to put them together. So the best way for me to show this to you guys is to have both of these lists up at once. So we'll go ahead, do that, and we'll go ahead and do this right here. So as you can see here, these two lists are not in the same order. Meaning that, for example, on this one, the owner address is G through J. On this one, the owner address is C through F. So obviously, if we combine these two as is, the data will be off as soon as the list switch. So what we want to do is we want to select one list that we want to work out of. So we'll go with number 1. And what we want to do, just by using cut and paste, is put these columns in this order. So the way I would go about this is, first of all, you want to create the columns where the space, you want to create the columns where you're going to be moving the fields to. So on this one, the property address is are the first 4 fields. On this one, it's the owner first and last. So let's create 4 blank fields here. So now that we have these 4 blank fields, very easily, we can just take, starting from here, make sure you don't start from here, starting from here, you can just select these 4 columns. Make sure you were able to get all the way down, so everything's selected. You want to cut, place your cursor on the first box, on the upper leftmost box, and press paste. Now, as you can see, we are a little closer to where we want to be. Property address. Actually, it is very good that this happened. As you can see here, this is in column B. You want to make sure that you're starting at the right spot. See how that's column A? We want to start at column A. Okay, so let's try that again. There we go. Column A, column A. So this is where you want to double check. So property address, property city, property state. Okay, so up to this point we're good. It looks like the first and last name are also in the correct order now, as well as the mail address, city, state, and zip. Great. So as you can see, it's very simple just to cut and paste the columns and move them around without altering your data. And then just to make things uniform, because we don't need these 4 cells anymore, we'll just go ahead and delete them. And we have the phone number field there. So first, one of the quick ways to check if this was done correctly and if it's ready to merge into one list is you take the first field and the last field. So field A and K. You want those to be the first and last fields on your other list as well. So field A, field K. Okay. Second, you want to go one by one, making sure that your column name and your column letter are the same on each one. So mail zip J, owner zip J. Now these do have different label names. As you can see, mail address, mail city, mail state, and this one has owner address, owner city, owner state, owner zip. That is okay, because they are still it is still the mailing address. The name of the actual field does not matter. That is still the address where we want to mail to. So okay, so we want to keep going down this list. And we're ready to go. Awesome. So now our lists are identical in column setup. We have the columns are all in the same order, and we also have 2 different variable numbers on each one. So now we're just going to take list 2 here. We are going to start from A1, go all the way down to the last column, and then go down. Make sure you've grabbed the entire list, copy, scroll down to the bottom of your first list, and paste. And there you have it. Now you have 2 lists with 2 different variable numbers all in one. This main list here is now ready to go, so we would just save that as list ready to upload. to yellow letter HQ. Save that, and you're ready to go.